Fans around the world were stunned when the news broke. The man who turned a video game villain into a legend, suddenly gone. Cary-Hiroyuki Tagawa wasn't just another actor, he was the presence that could silence a room. The face people remembered long after the credits faded, yet behind that unforgettable power was a life filled with twists most fans never knew about. A journey that didn't even begin in Hollywood until he was far past the age when most actors give up. And as people look back on his legacy now, a wave of questions, hidden struggles, and even a few lingering rumors from his final years have begun resurfacing. What really shaped the man behind one of cinema's most iconic villains? Cary-Hiroyuki Tagawa's story didn't begin in Hollywood, it started in Tokyo. Before shifting to the deep American South where he grew up between cultures, never fully belonging to one world or the other. His parents named him after Cary Grant, hoping he would embody that same quiet charm. But his mother, a stage actor herself, warned him away from performing. She believed there simply weren't enough roles for someone like him. And for years he listened on instead of chasing the spotlight. He lived a life packed with jobs that had nothing to do with fame: salary farmer, limo driver, truck driver, even photojournalist. Acting didn't come until he was 36, an age when most people are settling into life, not restarting it. But once he stepped onto a real set, everything shifted. His breakout in The Last Emperor opened doors that had been closed to him for decades, and soon he was appearing in major films across Hollywood. Then came the role that would change everything. Shang Tsung fans didn't just watch him, they felt him. He turned a villain into a cultural icon, the kind of presence people quoted, imitated, and never forgot. Yet behind all that success, some online discussions suggest he may have quietly struggled with being typecast, locked into roles defined by intimidation and not by range. These ideas were never confirmed, but they added another layer to the mystery surrounding him. But the biggest surprises came later in his life. As Cary's career grew, he became more vocal about the realities he faced in Hollywood. He admired the progress made for Asian actors, but he also pointed out how slow and limited it still felt. For him, representation wasn't just about screen time, it was about honesty, depth, and letting characters exist beyond stereotypes. That belief shaped the way he approached every role, especially when Memoirs of a Geisha stirred criticism. While some said the film lacked authenticity, Cary pushed back gently, reminding people it was a story interpreted through an American lens, not a documentary. He understood the difference, and he embraced it. Away from the screen, he walked a path few expected. After studying martial arts for years, he stepped back from traditional training and created something entirely new: ninja sports. A system built not around fighting but around healing. Athletes and champions sought him out, not for violence but for balance. He became a mentor, a guide, someone who saw strength as something deeper than power. But even he wasn't untouched by personal turmoil. In 2008, reports surfaced about a dispute that led to a minor legal issue, something he acknowledged and took responsibility for without excuses. It was a moment that added complexity to a life already full of contrasts. In the years leading up to his passing, fans began whispering online about changes they noticed unconfirmed, speculation that he may have been dealing with health struggles long before the stroke. Others hoped he'd make a surprise return in future Mortal Kombat projects, though nothing was ever officially set. These conversations only grew louder as time went on. When his final days arrived, he wasn't alone. He passed in Santa Barbara with his family beside him, and his manager later shared a message that echoed the shock felt around the world, calling him generous, thoughtful, and deeply committed to his craft. And despite everything, what people remember most isn't the controversy, it's something far bigger. Cary-Hiroyuki Tagawa's journey is a reminder that greatness doesn't always come early, and sometimes the most unforgettable legends are the ones who never asked for fame in the first place. He stepped into Hollywood late, carrying years of real-world experience, hard work and quiet discipline, and somehow turned all of it into a presence that shaped entire generations. His philosophy about representation, his belief in healing over conflict, and the depth he brought to every role made him more than a performer, who became a symbol proof that a character can live far beyond the screen when the person behind it pours their soul into the craft. For someone who once doubted whether there was a place for him in the industry, he left behind a legacy that refuses to fade. A man who never chased a spotlight ended up becoming the face of one of the most iconic villains ever portrayed. And now, as the world looks back on everything he built, one question remains: how many more stories like his are still waiting to be discovered?